All right.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
All right, guys, how you doing? Welcome to News Wrap with your man Tim Black. I hope you're doing well. What's up, YouTube people in the house? My YouTube people are on deck as usual. Thank you so much, YouTube, for being here. Yeah, we do it live now. This is Do It Live. Do It Live. To all my people out there in Periscope land. What's up, Periscope and Twitter? Twitter people, how y'all doing, man? Great to have you here. And yes, this is a live recording, and yes, we're going live with the show tonight. And yes, I usually don't have a night show, but I got to produce my content, and I like to go live, so you know, your brother just keeps it real. So let's get into that, guys. What I'll be doing is I'll be jumping from news story to news story, giving you all today's updates, Periscope, everything that's been going on that I thought were, well, the biggest highlights of what happened today. Because there's a lot more stuff going on than we will ever get time to talk about, but what I try to do is pick stories that I find compelling, and maybe you'll find them compelling too, you know, and we could get and always know my door is open for submissions of story ideas. If you got something that's not being covered, that's what indie media is about, covering stories other people won't cover. If you only cover what mainstream covers, you're not indie news. We got to cover the other stuff, but in order for me to know about the other stuff, you got to tell me. Because I'm just one guy. Shout out to everybody that supports this show, all my new people on Patreon who understand how they're smothering the little guy on YouTube, how we need your help. So thank you for helping me out. Tim Black's Wolfpack, you guys are great. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. What's up? Shout out to Isaiah Washington. Shout out to Josh Fox, who's going to be on my show Thursday. Josh Fox. Good up for Josh Fox. Yeah. Josh is the man. He fights for what he believes in. And he never plays a different tune. He's what it is. He fights for the environment. All right. First story on the deck. I like to start hard. You know? Let's go. Trump condemns Syria attack, suggests he will intervene. That's right. We know the conflict that's been going on in Syria has been going on a whopping 6 years. And Trump says, well, sort of like what I said yesterday if you watched this show, at some point we got to stop saying, hey, the last guy, right? You can't do that. People are dying. We have to take ownership of our problems, the world's problems, it looks like, and address them. All right, so President Trump confronted the enormity of the 6-year Syrian conflict today, acknowledging that he now bears responsibility for a war his predecessor could not end, but offering no specifics on what he would do differently. Clearly emotional, Trump said a chemical attack in Syria that killed scores of children, women, and men. And you know, I don't like it when they say just children, though. Of course, we don't like children being killed. But speaking as a man, I like life too. And I wish people would, just say children to make it more impactful. But guys like living too, just like women and children like living. But I'll keep going. When you kill innocent children, innocent babies, little babies, that crosses many, many lines beyond the real line, many, many lines. So I think Trump is many upset. Like Obama, Trump faces a Syrian strongman willing to commit atrocities and whose military and diplomatic backing from Russia has prolonged the civil war with a numerous belligerents separate from the campaign to defeat the Islamic State. Trump suggested that the attack had changed his mind on Syria and more specifically Assad. But he did not say exactly what that might mean. He says, "I like to think of myself as a very flexible person," Trump said in the Rose Garden today. And I will tell you that the attack on children yesterday had a big impact on me, a big impact. That was horrible, a horrible, horrible thing. I've been watching it and seeing it, and it doesn't get any worse than that. The president will not say whether military action against the government of Syria, President Bashar al-Assad, is more likely as a result of the attack, and he did not address whether his concerns on behalf of the dead and injured civilians had changed his mind about the wisdom of accepting Syrian refugees. Yeah, see how that gets thrown in there? We got to look at that issue too, right? So if we're going to help the people on the ground and we're going to get involved, well, what does that say about refugees? He said his attitude about Syrian refugees hadn't changed that much. UN Ambassador Nikki Haley suggested the United States could intervene militarily, although she too was not very specific on how that could change and what that means. So that's what we're reporting. That's what's going on regarding Syria. Of course, emotions are very high across the world about what happened. As the footage comes out, as the carnage that's left behind comes out, it just caused more and more horror and regret on behalf of so many people. But I'll tell you this, and look, maybe it's just me. I always look at the timing of things this way. I just look at what's going on, and it just, look, you never know, right? I don't know who did what. I know what Syria, but Assad is saying happened in Syria, and I know what the Russians are saying. Now I know what Trump is saying. And whenever they seem a little bit too convenient, I always get concerned about snow jobs. I always get concerned about manufacturers. I always get concerned about, because, unlike some people, I don't believe just because they tell me that's exactly the scenario that played out. There's always narratives in this stuff. Who gains by a sarin attack in Syria? Who gains? Now, we can look at what happened in 2013 in Syria as the other chemical attack, and now that set a precedent. So I'm at a loss. I don't really know exactly what to tell you. All I can tell you, my gut tells me there's more to the story than we'll know, that we may ever know. But now, what will the U.S. do? Will we intervene? Will we take military action to a further extent in Syria? Will we get involved to that level? Will Trump be pressured to now go back on his ban and now start talking a different language regarding Syrian refugees? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, but you know what I will do? I will report to you what I find out, and I will keep the communication lines open with you and everyone. And I will not have a spin when I talk about this stuff. And I will make crazy statements like I just did, like, hey, I don't believe this 100%. You know what? Because this is indie media. No one's giving me talking points. And if that's how I feel, that's how I feel. So do me a favor, guys. Let me know how you feel. Comment in the comment section below. This is going live on YouTube and on Periscope, guys. I don't have all the answers, but I got a lot of questions. What about you? All right. Next story, guys. Let's keep it moving. We got a lot of Trump news today. It's just what's going on. It's making a lot of news, so let's go to this one. If I can find this guy. Got him. All right. If you listen to MSNBC and CNN, the only problem we have in the whole world is that Steve Bannon is in the White House. Well, at least that's at the top of the list. Last night, while I wasn't watching it, someone in my house was watching CNN, and all I could hear was your friend Van Jones talking about Martin Luther King and how he would be so disappointed that we have a white nationalist in the White House, so they say. And if he's not a white nationalist, he sure hangs out with a lot of them. But hey, here's the point, guys. Black people have had to deal with people like Steve Bannon the entire time we've been in this country. If Martin Luther King Jr. did not deal with people who did not like black people, we would not have had any rights pushed forth in the 60s. You do understand that, right? Like, this cabinet, regardless of what your feelings are about it, we've had to deal with much worse. Lyndon B. Johnson, heck, man, he said nigga so much it was like a tick. I mean, he had Tourette's and still passed some of the most empowering legislation for black people. So miss me with the whole, we don't need to deal with this administration because they don't like us. Yeah, Bill Clinton liked you so much, he sent more of you to prison than any other president ever. But hey, back to Bannon. Bannon loses National Security Council role in Trump shakeup. Doesn't mean I'm sad he's gone. I'm actually glad he's gone. I could say all that and still say that because I'm just keeping it real. JP Morgan Chase & Company Chief Executive Officer Jamie Dimon has too big a pronouncement as the Trump administration starts shaping the government. The U.S. is truly an exceptional country, and it's clear that something's wrong. Dimon, leader of the world's most valuable bank and council. What is this? This is not my story. Dimon, something's wrong with the U.S. Well, anyway, let's talk about Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon's out of a job. And once again, I'm not sorry at all for it happening. He will still have his clearance, though. He will still be privy. He will still be tied into Trump in some way, shape, or fashion. But at least you know it. You know? At least you know you got Trump talking to this guy. He's in the loop. But real talk, people, real talk here. I believe that Steve Bannon was used. Yeah, I do. Now, see, I look at it the other way. I look at it like Trump knew he needed media, and he knew he wasn't going to get any help from CNN or MSNBC. He knew he needed someone who would help galvanize people around his campaign. Bannon was I don't want to use that term. He was a sucker for love. Let's call him a sucker for love. He was. He thought Trump wanted to marry him, but all Trump wanted to do was spend the night. That's what you get. I've always looked at it that way because, yeah, Trump has some spotty things in his past. Yeah, with the, don't rent to the blacks. There's things he did. The little ad he took out for the six in New York. He wanted them all to die, and turns out they didn't do it, and he didn't retract it. Yeah, he has some racist stuff in his past, but he also has some very positive stuff in his past. Okay, so let's not forget the awards he got. Let's not forget Jesse Jackson. Let's not forget all the other stuff. Here's the thing, though. Trump never struck me really as a Bannon type. Not really. I keep telling people over and over again, stop calling Trump stupid. He's not stupid. I don't care who you are. If you can take $1 million and make anywhere close to $1 billion, if you make $500 million, that's something. You don't do that by being stupid. Is he always scrupulous? Is he always playing by the rules? I don't think so. But back to this guy, Bannon, he was used. And I dare anyone to prove me wrong on that. Let me know what you think about Steve Bannon and his removal from the administration. He's outside the White House. He still has Trump's ear. And at least you know that he does. Past presidents probably had who knows in their inner circle. You just had no idea of it. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Email me at tim@timblack. Send your hate mail to momopeneno@gmail.com. Sorry, Momo. I'm tired of receiving hate mail. Next. I don't have to say next. Momo say, Tim, you don't have to say next. All right, so let's take a break, man. Anybody out there who's watching this show has got any comments? I'm live on Twitter. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on Periscope. Periscope people, talk to me, man. Any comments you guys got? Any questions or whatever? We can run through a few. I don't have to just do a straight show. We'll edit out stuff. Shout out to Tom Albrecht. Shout out to Night Wolf. Night Wolf, what's up, man? How you doing, Night Wolf? Good to see you guys. We're back in the house. Maxwell Hughes. Maxwell Hughes, what's up? Can I get a little love on Periscope? I feel a little lonely. Periscope. Hey, thank you. I can't see comments, though, which sucks. Comment on Facebook. On Periscope. I'd like to shout you out. There goes one. I got a Periscope comment from Gabby. Gabby Lifts. Gabby Lifts in the house. Thank you, Gabby, for being here. I appreciate you. Lamont Wilson. Thank you for joining, Lamont Wilson. Share it on Periscope, guys. You get shout outs and much love. And if you got questions or whatever, it's not going to be a straight show. Momo Pineno's so cool, man. He's going to edit out stuff. So we'll have clips and we'll talk too. It's new media. We interact. I'm not Brian Williams sitting up in the ivory tower like Wolf Blitzer or something. Just a guy that you trust, trying to make it entertaining and keep it real. Shout out to GUP. Gup says, Trump moving away from the alt-right is no surprise. You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to kick them out, know when they're done. You got to... Hey, Nate Germ, how long have you guys been here? What's up? I just got here, man. Low key, what it do? What it do? Julie Love, Robert Jordan. Okay, Get Real said Trump got a lot more money. Still, he didn't lose it all. You know how many people who got money and blew it all? Like, I know he blew money. I'm not kissing Trump's butt. What I'm telling you is stop saying the guy's an idiot. He beat Hillary. He beat her, dude. Give props where it's due and accept it. Some people just say he's a bum. Everyone keeps saying he's a buffoon. Even my man H.A. Goodman, we can have arguments about this because H.A. keeps calling him a buffoon. I don't think he's a buffoon. I think he's very calculated. He has some problems. His skin is too thin. There's things he shouldn't be, but when he tweets a lot, people call it neurotic. I call it strategic. I'm not saying he should do it. I'm saying he's not crazy. And I'm saying he's not a fool. I know a lot of broke fools. That's all I'm trying to tell you. All right? All right. I'm going to go on to the next story, guys. Thank you once again for tuning into the show. And heck, man, that one gets a... All right. Can we mix it up a little bit? Can we mix it up? Yeah. Let's go to this story. I got an update. It's going to be quick. Momo, this one will be quick, brother. Here it is. In a shocker, Pepsi pulls this Jenner commercial. I know you're surprised, right? You thought that wouldn't happen. You thought, oh man, they're going to tough it out. Heck no, they ain't going to tough it out. They get bad publicity. That's like the reverse of what they wanted. Did you see that commercial? If you saw it, you know why they pulled it. Look, see, you can't take a movement and use it to your own devices. You don't want to go teeing off blacks and Latinos and white folks who are active and in the battle and the fight and in the movement. Nah, you can't play with their emotions, Pepsi. And even if you meant well, it came across so cheesy, it couldn't do well. So that's what happened. Check it out. Pepsi was trying to project a global message of unity, peace, and understanding. Clearly, we missed the mark, and we apologize. Company said in a statement. Anyway, we did not intend to make light of any serious issue. We are removing the content and holding any future rollout. Wow. So Pepsi woke up. They said, hey, man, we didn't mean to make light of your struggle. Pepsi, you do realize that when a lot of these marches, I don't know what march you were trying to emulate with the wolves or the lions or something you had there. In real life marches, typically it's done after a murder, right? Or a suspicious death, okay? So that's what a lot of the marches and protests have been about. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to, try to hawk goods behind that. Hell, with all that flack YouTube's been catching this about running the ads on, suggestive content, which I don't even know where that came from, because whenever I try to monetize a video on, say, Syria or Russia or CIA or WikiLeaks or hacking, I get shut down. So I don't even know how that happened. But here's the point. You had to know that it was volatile. Man, you can't sprinkle sugar. You can't sprinkle sugar on top of struggle and make it Pepsi. Maybe you can. The ad, in which Jenner participates in a photo shoot before joining a group of protesters and offering a Pepsi to a stoic police officer is accused of appropriating the Black Lives Matter movement and using social justice to sell soda. I don't know if it was about social justice. Well, I don't know if it was about Black Lives Matter per se. There are other marches. They happen all the time, okay? It could have been them trying to emulate the Million Women March, but I guess the crowd was a little bit too diverse. I mean, there were all colors of people. They went out their way to make sure that there was everyone sprinkled. But, yeah, it's still a bad idea. I'm glad Pepsi pulled the ad. But, frankly, I think that the drama is already done. You know, it just further shows you guys that they're really disconnected to your problems, that they live in a bubble. They just don't get it. And I'd like to know the ad agency that came up with that, because Pepsi doesn't do its own ads. Do you get what I'm saying? They paid someone to do that. Next time, hire VaynerMedia with Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm sure he would have came up with something better. In fact, I don't even think Gary does that type of stuff. Shout out to Gary Vaynerchuk for following me on Twitter and being cool. And drink water, not Pepsi. So what? That's what I feel. I'm saying it. It's bad for you. All right. Or tequila. Tequila's better. Next story. Hey, man, that's how I feel. That's how I feel, man. Give it up for that.
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
Well, since I'm having so much fun, I'd like to go to another story that's very funny. If I can find this guy. Well, you know what? Darn it. Do I have a picture of these two guys together hanging out? I want to do the Bill O'Reilly story. You would think I'd have a Bill O picture hanging around. Let me see if I got a Bill O picture, Momo. I just realized I got a Trump, but I don't have a Bill O. Let's go by name real quick.
I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. I didn't think I needed. Oh, I got a Bill O. Uh-oh. Nah, not that one. That's a screwed up one. Give me another Bill O. Cause see, Bill O'Reilly, he's really catching heat right now. Bill O, Maxine Waters, Bill. Oh, here we go. It looks crazy. I think this is my same picture from the other day, but it'll have to do. You guys ready? Let's roll. Donald Trump, the president of the United States, defends Bill O'Reilly, regardless of what sexual harassment claims they've been making. That's right. Trump say he's going to stand by his man. You know, Bill O'Reilly. I get it. I mean, they have something in common. Trump said he's been accused of stuff. Bill O's been accused of stuff. Be kind of hypocritical for him to act like, you know, he can't support Bill O. So you got to look at it from that perspective as well. I mean, I guess. Is he right? I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying Trump's not the type of person, in my opinion, who's going to stick to his guns, whether right or wrong. And if he's going to defend himself, he can't throw Bill O under the bus, right? Here's what they're reporting. In an interview with the New York Times, Trump defended O'Reilly against new revelations that he, Fox News, and parent company Century Fox had paid a total of $13 million in settlements to 5 women who accused him of sexual harassment or verbal abuse. Verbal abuse? I forgot about the verbal abuse part. You get paid for verbal abuse? Man, you know how much verbal abuse I get? You get paid for that? My mom owes me a lot of money. She does. All right. I think he's a person I know well. He's a good person. I think he shouldn't have settled. Personally, I think shouldn't have settled because you should have taken it all the way. I don't think Bill did anything wrong. See, now, I would say I trust my friend's judgment. He's never shown me any signs of doing anything like this, and I'm going to stand by him until proven otherwise. I got his back. Don't say you don't think he did anything wrong. I guess you could say that, but it just sounds like, how would you know? Maybe you could say, I've never seen anything like this from him. I've never known him to be this type of person. But hey, that's just me. That's how I roll. I would never go out on a limb if somebody I really don't know like that well. I mean, how well do you know this guy's inner workings or, you know, the way he conducts himself when you're not around? when he's just got the ladies, and they're in the dressing room. And he's talking about his books. He's asking them about where they want their careers to go, or if they need some mentoring. And look, I'm just guessing. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I don't know. Maybe nothing happened. But since Bill never really gave black folks too much of a benefit of the doubt, I don't know if I'm going to give him a benefit of the doubt. I'm just saying, man. This guy's always talking about stuff. All right, so what else is in this article? Trump had his own run-in with sexual harassment. See, I didn't even read this article yet. Trump had his own run-in with sexual harassment accusations last October after an Access Hollywood tape surfaced in which he said he grabbed women by their change purses. You guys all know what he said. All right, so Trump's defense of O'Reilly was similar to his defense of former news chief Roger Ailes. When Ailes was facing a litany of harassment allegations, Trump said this. He said, "I think they're unfounded just based on what I've read. I think they're unfounded based on what I've read, and totally unfounded based on what I read." All right. Nah, man. Look, anyone who knows. All right, so I live in D.C. I live in Maryland. I worked in D.C. I used to work in D.C., okay? Around a lot of powerful people. Let me tell you something. These people were not even that successful. Like, they were successful, but we're talking like, couple $100,000 successful. You know what I mean? Not like millionaire successful. And these guys were horrible. We talking about, they thought they were like the bomb. They thought they were like, this stuff didn't stink. And these guys treated women horribly. They worked in the government. They had very high-paying positions. So, like, I don't put it past people with money, but of course it depends on the individual. What I'm saying is, money can corrupt people. Power corrupts people who are corruptible. You know what I'm saying? So, look, I'm not saying that has anything to do with Bill O'Reilly. What I'm saying is, I've seen people with far less do far worse. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not testifying against anybody. That's just how I feel about it. But you let me know how you feel about it in the comments section below. Join my wolf pack. Become a member of this indie media movement. We need your help. Get the word out. All right, let's take a break, man. Let me talk to some people here, man. Anybody got any comments on Bill O'Reilly and Trump supporting them or backing them up? I'd like to know what you think. YouTube, talk to me, baby. Jilly Love says, LOL, he does. I don't know what that was, but yeah. I've noticed it all the way. I'm going to share this link with 5 friends this week. Hey, thank you. Phil Britton says he's going to share the link with 5 people. Give it up for Phil for sharing the link with 5 people to the channel. That's what I'm talking about, man. Sergeant Hayes. Sergeant Hayes is in the house. Good to see you, Sergeant Hayes. Lisa Leo. We don't need no stinking water. Let's focus on Russia. No, we cover like a lot of news here. We do like 8 stories, so we ain't going to just focus on Russia. This is a news wrap. News wrap don't just do one story. So I got to keep it bouncing, got to keep it moving. Go check my video catalog of over 1,500, 1,600 videos. There's a lot of Russia in it. I'll be rushing to cover Russia, but I'm not just going to talk about Russia. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a corporate token, whatever that is. All right, shout out to M99. M99 says Bill and Trump have a lot in common. Becca C, is there a show tonight? Nah, this is the show. There's no show on Wednesday nights. I'm just recording live. Sorry, got to take one night off. I work 7 of them. Well, 5 of them, 6 of them. I work a lot. What up, what up? Arius Love. All right, guys. Anybody out there in Periscope land? I hope you guys shared the show. Let's keep it moving in. It's a light. It's a light. Let's go. I got the green light. Let's see what's next on the docket. Oh, this is good. This is good. You're going to like this one. You're going to like this one, Periscope. This is good. More positive anyway. So that was the Billo. Let me move that. That was Trump. Got another one. We got him smiling. Can we get a positive? Can we get a positive one? Donald Trump. There we go. Let's go with that one. All right, this is great. Bernie Sanders just introduced a college tuition free bill. Yes, free college tuition. Free college tuition plan. It's a plan so that you can go to school, so that you can keep up, so that you can compete in the marketplace that's full of people who I don't know, who you need to compete with. You got to have a standing chance. Here's the story, guys. It's a financial tragedy that millions who had student loan debt and students who will matriculate while Trump is president, but Trump's unwillingness to even notice or motion toward a student debt plan creates a massive political opening for Democrats. Well, I guess it does. The only question is, can people sign on to a bill for this? Now, I've been hearing talk that there's a number of Democrats who have shown support for this free college tuition bill, but we wonder, are they really down? Like Tupac would say, are you really down, or are you just playing to be down? Now, we know a bill will have very little chance of passing in a Republican-controlled House and Senate, but maybe if we can get enough people to galvanize around the idea, maybe we can push them in that direction. And that's all we can do is fight, right? Fight for it. What else are we saying? Tuition-free college was a catalyst of Sanders' presidential campaign, where he captured close to 3/4 of under the 35 votes or 35-year range during the primary. So a lot of people under 35 truly brought into this. This was one of the galvanizing messages, along with climate change, battling climate change, that really resonated with folks. We had the Fight for 15, we had the college education, free college education, or it was a free local college type of thing. Well, any way of giving people education or helping people be able to afford education was immensely popular with masses of people. See, people think it was Bernie, just Bernie. People, be just like Bernie doing his hands like this. No, his policies were populist. They were policies that affect regular people. There are people who can't afford to send their child to school or send themselves to school. Not to mention the health care. So we had health care, we had college, we had Fight for 15, we had these things. And also he was against the TPP. This is why a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters have a couple things that they see in Trump that are movable, at least in the direction we want. Now, when Clinton released an updated tuition plan after the primary was over, it borrowed many of Sanders' subsidized tuition elements, but also had a $125,000 income threshold. This is essentially what Sanders is now proposing, though Clinton's proposal made the initial cutoff $85,000 per year and raised it incrementally to $125,000. So yeah, it's a little bit different. So as people know who paid attention to this stuff, who were digging into it every day, who had time to follow it along, Hillary Clinton started borrowing a lot of messages from Bernie Sanders throughout the primaries. But originally, she started off very, very conservatively, and as Bernie got traction, she started getting closer and closer. But the problem with that is this. If someone doesn't choose to follow that path without you having to push them, are they really committed to it? That's the question that many people are asking as they went to the polls. And it's a question that CNN wasn't covering, MSNBC wasn't covering, CBS wasn't covering, ABC wasn't covering. Any of the mainstream corporate media was not covering that. They were just covering how we need to defeat Trump. And it wasn't enough to make people excited. So, back to Bernie Sanders, this guy over here. He's been on to something. We need to get behind it, and we should do that immediately. And we should hold any of our legislators accountable for not getting behind this bill. Even if we don't have the votes, we need to fight for it and let it raise the consciousness and let it reach Trump supporters. Let it reach people who support no one. Let it reach the masses, because that's how you start movements. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section. free tuition plan. Does it have a snowball's chance? All right. That's a positive story. Come on, guys. We got to fight for stuff. We got to throw it out there. We got to raise the consciousness, the awareness level. School's too high. Remember that guy made that song? The rent's too high. Well, you know what else is too high? Snoop. But besides Snoop, college tuition's too high. Too high. All right. Let's go on to the next one, guys. I got a couple more. Oh, well, I got another Bernie. I could have left Bernie on the stage. Let's get a little bit more Bernie news, man. Let's do some more Bernie news. This is cool, too. Welcome to the Bernie Sanders Show. You guys, welcome to the Bernie Sanders Show. Come on, have a seat. I don't care about your dumb emails. I don't care about your emails. The Democratic Party is a sinking ship. Sinking. Bernie Sanders is launching Bernie TV, and he's already begun. He's doing it. It is popping on Facebook. Now, he's done this in a very casual manner. It starts off here. It says, Thursday afternoon, and Bernie Sanders is on a TV set about to go live when he realizes there's a problem. Does this make me look fat? That's not how he said it. It's more like, did this make me look fat? Did it make me look fat? See, because Bernie's personable. Not really a comedian, but he's personable and he's witty. Okay? I know people who know Bernie Sanders and they say he's very analytical. They know him personally. They say he's very analytical. Not a guy for a bunch of chit-chat. But he has a warm side, and that warm side is shining through on Bernie TV. So anybody out there who's been co-opting Bernie's name, running your little media channel, you might have to change that. You might have to do that. President Donald Trump's Twitter account may be the most powerful media outlet in the country. Let me repeat that for people. President Donald Trump's Twitter account may be the most powerful media outlet in the country. Stop tweeting, Trump. It's more powerful than MSNBC. Why would I stop doing it? That's why they want him to stop. It's powerful. They can't control the message. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying, but here comes Bernie Sanders, the most popular politician, vastly more popular than Trump, who's starting his own TV. Do you get what I'm saying? He's starting his own thing. This is huge. Huge. I wish you were here live. I wish we were in the same place, so I know you would be clapping right now. So anyway, one of the first acts after taking over the Democratic National Committee, Chairman Tom Perez started a series of conversations with party stars called Democrats Live. Something tells me the Tom Perez show ain't going to be that good. And I know I use a lot of bad language right there. I don't care. It's Tim Black Show. Check this out. Tom Perez, well, you know what? Maybe I got it wrong. It depends on what Tom Perez, the new chairman of the DNC, it depends on, the flavor of the show. This Tom Perez sounds like that uncle that smokes like 3 cartons of cigarettes a day. Hey, come on, Democrats. And all the time, the Democrats, we need to get together. We need to build a consensus. God, I can't even do it. We need to do it. I can't. It's hard. It's grinding on my. But anyway, Tom Perez realizes the power of media. So now everybody wants to be YouTubers. Everybody wants to be digital content creators, like people like your man Tim Black. There's so many of us out there. You see what they're doing? They want to shut us down because they want to take our place. You see what's going on, right? You got it? You follow me? The powers that be know how powerful we are. Some people are pivoting already. We got Tom Perez starting the Democrats Live show. We got Bernie Sanders doing Bernie TV, and we got so many other people doing it. But you understand what I'm saying? They realize this is a direct line. Then we got Donald Trump doing it well. You get it? All right, so back to Sanders' show. Sanders, thanks to his presidential campaign, is a content marketer's dream. In media speak, Sanders is a cross-platform brand with a loyal and unusually engaged audience in the key demographic of 18 to 34 years old. which is also my strongest demographic. That's right. But they don't want Tim Black on their network, though. Oh, they don't want that. I might say something they don't like. All right, so here's the deal, guys. Bernie Sanders is entering the fray, and I'm glad he's doing it. He calls it like he sees it for the most part. Sometimes I think he pulls back a little bit, but for the most part, what you're in store for is real talk from somebody who's actually getting some stuff done. I'm looking forward to it. I want to check it out. And remember, Bernie Sanders spends no marketing money, no advertising. He doesn't. It's all on his name. And other than Trump, I think Bernie can be the biggest draw in the digital media space. Let me know what you think in the comment section about Bernie TV and what that means. Now, all we got to do is help fund it. Well, heck, he might have the money already. All right. I got one more, guys. One more. Muno. Last story. This is fun, though. This is cool. I like this. This is fun. Now that Kylie Jenner, that Trump. There we go. By popular demand, I'm going to do this story, guys. Oh, yeah. This is going to be great. It caught some people by surprise, and others, it just threw them for a loop. Sage Steele booted from ESPN's NBA coverage. See ya! Why did ESPN replace Sage Steele with Michelle Beadle on NBA Countdown a week before the start of the playoffs? Inquiring minds want to know. That's the question viewers are asking after the network made a curious late-season shuffle, removing Steele, host of NBA's pregame and halftime shows on ESPN's and ABC since 2013, from the anchor chair. Why would they do that? She's so attractive. She speaks so well. Why would they do it? And she knows sports. Earlier this season, Beadle replaced Steele as the anchor of ESPN's weekday coverage of NBA games, with Steele remaining the host for Saturday primetime and Sunday afternoon games. The gig is now Beadle's full-time. Like a great point guard, she makes everyone around her better, and we're looking forward to this next chapter in Michelle's career as she leads us forward on NBA Countdown, said ESPN executive Kevin Wildes. And he did not mention Steele. No Remington Steele and no Sage Steele were mentioned in that announcement. While the move could be totally about showcasing Beadle, a rising ESPN star, once lost on NBC, it's not difficult to connect the dots and wonder if Steele was booted because of the controversy she stirred in the past on social media. In January, Steele was blasted on Instagram for blaming Trump travel ban protesters for causing her to miss a flight. Okay. And she also took heat in November for criticizing Tampa Bay Buccaneers receiver Mike Evans on Twitter for sitting down during the national anthem to protest Trump's election. All right. And she's made a lot of other comments, and she totally just runs around talking about, I'm mixed. I ain't black. I'm mixed. I ain't black. She does that a lot. Okay, so that's the news. Now here's what your brother Tim Black thinks about it. Oh. The market is spoken. The market speaks. I was watching people online cheer about this. And when people cheer that you lose your job and you're in the public eye, yeah, not a good look. You can't say the people are wrong, or the people are got it wrong, or the people are hypocritical, or whatever, right? The media decides, or the people decide if they want you in the media game or if they want to watch you. Anybody who watches my videos makes a decision. Do they want to watch this or do they not? Okay? You make fans and you make enemies. And let's not be crazy and try to forget that when you make comments about controversial issues, you're going to get love and you're going to get hate. You always get more hate than love because hate's louder. One of the things that Sage did a lot, which I take a lot of offense to, and I don't like using that offense word because it makes me sound like some people that get on my nerves a lot. But let's just say what ticked me off about her was I knew that she was using wedge issues to ingratiate herself to certain people. Why else would you need to talk about your personal opinion so feverishly on Twitter about things that you know are volatile? You don't think there are ESPN hosts who are white who felt like, I don't know, what the hell's going on with the travel thing? Why are these people protesting? You're not the only one who missed their flight, Miss Steele. But since you're black and black people complained about you complaining, now you got a problem and you want to blame all black people. You know what? They would have blamed white people too. So the same Sage Steele who says that black people are hypocritical because we're so racist against other black people for having a different opinion, she needs to remember that if she was white, she'd have got backlash for it too. And why are you now saying that we should not criticize you because you are black is actually, if in your, at least using your own analogies, a form of racism. Because people like her and Breitbart, who published a crap article that I did not read, they're making it seem like, well, black people are horrible people because they won't support Sage Steele. Do you know how many black people don't support? I mean, I get some support, but what I'm saying, not talking about me. What I'm saying is, if not supporting someone who just happens to look like you means that you need to indict an entire group of people, that means to me that you're a little racist. Black people should be able to accept and reject anyone for any reason. And when you tick them off and when you kick dirt on people that they respect, then you're going to catch the brunt of it. And let's make it clear. Black people didn't fire you. Black people didn't take your job. Michelle Beadle did. And ESPN did. And besides, you're still employed. You're just not going to be in this slot. You got a contract. Did they end a contract? No. So, shut up, grow some boobies, and pick yourself up by your bootstraps like you tell all the other blacks when you're talking with your white friends. And go independent like I did. I don't sit around crying all the time. I make a comment about CNN and MSNBC, but I'm happy being independent. You can be independent too. You don't need a white company like ESPN to do it. And that's what I think about Sage Steele. And yeah, sucks to be dependent on people for paychecks. And if you are, you got to shut up, not being so volatile, because that's what happens. And look, guys, look, and this is and Momo, cut wherever you want. Same thing happened with Stacey Dash, right? Stacey Dash caught a lot of backlash, but here's the thing. See, me being in media, guys, even on the scale that I'm in it, when you speak out, like when you're that person who wants to be, who says something contrary, you get a lot of promotion out of that, right? Stacey Dash, she wasn't the most eloquent speaker. She wasn't the most well-versed political speaker, but she was attractive. She was articulate enough, and she was controversial. These people, when you use controversy to propel yourself upward for whatever reason, it's the same thing that can bring you down. Because people tire of it. You become a one-note player. Guitars need all strings. It's 5 strings, right? Guitars need several strings. You're not a guitar no more if you only got 1 string. You're a banjo. Right? Don't be a banjo. And if you use controversy to rise up, don't be surprised when you fall. All right, guys, that's it for the show. I hope you liked it. I think I hit all 7 clips. I got no more papers over here. Now, can I talk to my people who stuck around for the show? Let's do that. Becca C. What's up, Becca C? Leave Jilly B. Who's messing with Jilly B? Copter, you're okay. Fred Lexo, trolls got a problem. Trolls are in the house, huh? Ozzy, professional troll. Get a life. Ozzy's a troll? Okay. Hey, Ozzy, how you doing, man? Oh, you just came to, I don't know. Let's put him in timeout. Ozzy just came to be a jerk. I get it. Who else is here, man? Let's not focus on the negative. Robert P says, don't be a banjo jaw. I like that. A one-note singer. Yeah, you got to have all the notes. You know what I'm saying? Got to play all the notes, brother. Thank you, Robert. Surreal. Pepsi commercial pulled off air. Right. I hit that one earlier, bro. I hit that one. You're going to like it. Check it out. It's going to be out soon. Thanks to Momo Pineno. Eric. What's up, Eric? Good to see you. Deborah Wilson's in the house. Glad to have you here, Deborah Wilson. Eric. Irma Linda, my friend. Irma Linda called in last night. Her first time calling in. What's up, Irma? Good to have you back. That's another good thing I tell people all the time. Yeah, I want to get bigger. You know what I'm saying? Because who doesn't want to grow? But it's nice that I know my people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just cool to know your people. And if you are new, say hello so I get to know you too. If you're new, Periscope, let me know who you are. Logical Lane. I did 7 shows. This is a recording show. And there is no full show tonight, guys. On Wednesday, I take a break from the full show. But this is how we're going to be doing it, guys. I'm going to be running through my shows live. My clips that I produce on YouTube, we do them live. Shout out to Ginger Beeler, Becca C, Logical Lane, and the whole crew, man. 1329C. Right. I put him in timeout. Well, maybe he'll get together. Q DeMaio in the house. What's up, Q? Catherine Barber. What's up, Catherine? Hey, Periscope people. Anybody on Periscope want a shout out? I feel like I'm not showing the love. I got some love over here. Here we go. Am I still? Gabby says, "Am I still making smoothies?" You know what, Gabby? I got out of the smoothie business. I did, but I'll tell you this. What I've been doing is and look, everybody gonna judge me, right? I've been doing what's this? The organic, right? So in the morning, what I do is the organic, the apple cider. That's it, organic apple cider, right? With some raw honey, right? And some hot water, and I put in a little bit of lemon, right? So like that's what I do in the morning. But and for real, that kind of satiates me for a while. All right, and everywhere I read, that's pretty good for you, But I have not been doing the smoothies as of late. But I still have my machine. I ended up getting a nice mixer, which I won't mention because they're not paying me to promote them. But I got a nice thing that blends it. Ditsy Lil G. What's up, Ditsy Lil G? How you doing? Thank you. Hey, Ren. Fred. What's up, Fred? No sellouts in the house. No sellouts in the house. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call this one a wrap. This is the live show when we do the recordings. Momo Pineno then later on, he clips it up and we make individual videos for it. If anything that you liked or if you missed anything, just come back to the channel over the next 24 hours or so and those videos will be put out so that the world can see them. Let's just hope YouTube doesn't suppress the message because they're really being tough these days. I want to give another big shout out to anybody who supports this show. Thank you for Super Chat donations. Thank you for joining my Patreon. Thank you for joining my Wolf Pack. Thank you for buying shirts and mugs and just being there for me. Also, thank you for sharing this content. I need you to share it. Let people know about the show because we're different. We do it different, and I'm going to keep on remaking it. And when people take it, I'm going to make it again. I'm going to keep remaking it, make it different. And I can't do it without your help. So thank you for all you do, guys. That's it. Last call out, Jake Smith. Jake Smith and Christian Holt. Lisa Houseman. Lisa Houseman in the house. That's right. Don't forget, guys, you can always contact me at tim@timblacktv.com. If you have story suggestions, send them to me at tim@timblacktv.com. I will cover different stories. I'll cover the stories other people won't cover, but I can't cover them unless what? Unless you let me know what they are. All right? So thank you so much, guys. And with that,
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
I see you on the next one. Oh, my bad. And don't you let nobody take your cornbread. All right? Don't you do it. Everybody keep your cornbread, and that's an order because they're trying to take our cornbread, and I don't trust them, and I know what they're up to. So keep your cornbread, all right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Life, the movie, And you'll know what I'm talking about, believe me. Keep your cornbread. Peace.
Tim Black.
Periscope,
Tim Black.
YouTube,
Tim Black.
Agua Fria.
Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
Say good night to the bad guy. Come on.
Where's this mouse?
The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
That's right, baby. Last time you're going to see a bad guy like this, baby.
Let
me tell you.
There's a bad guy coming through.
There's a bad guy coming through.
Better get out of his way.
Better get out.